International papers time then here on France 24. Florence Villeminot with us here on the set. Norwegian attacks still dominating the papers, I would imagine, across the world. And a lot about who this self-proclaimed killer may be.
Absolutely. We're going to start by looking at The Independent. There you have a photo of him. He's Anders Breivik being driven away from an Oslo court after he admitted responsibility for the killings. Now, it's interesting in The Independent. They have an interesting piece by Matthew Feldman, and he kind of analyzes just who this man is. And according to him, the slaughter was what he calls an appetizer, and he says that the trial is his main course. Now, he says that Friday's atrocities were just of secondary importance for Breivik, what he calls terrorist PR, and that what he was really looking for was a platform to reach a global audience with his anti-Muslim propaganda. And that's why he asked for an open trial that would be viewed from the entire world. Now, that what he asked for was rejected. And according to this article, this shows the dangers of what he calls broadband terrorism, all this access that any internet user can have to these terrorist DIY kits, just like this case in Norway. And he says that this kind of broadband terrorism remains unchecked and is on the rise among extreme right groups.
And he also made this claim, didn't he, that he didn't act alone, and The Guardian's been looking at that.
Absolutely. Now, there he is again, same photo on the cover of The Guardian. And according to The Guardian, the police are trying to piece together possible links between Breivik and other far-right groups, and they've asked Scotland Yard to help out in the investigations because during in a manifesto that Breivik posted online the day of the killings, he boasted links to far-right groups in the UK. Now, he said that he had a mentor who was an Englishman that he called Richard, and he said that his journey into violent extremism began in London in 2002. He says that he attended a meeting there with other like-minded extremists from across Europe, and they wanted to restore the Knights Templar, a crusader military order. Now, at the hearing, Breivik claimed that he belonged to an organization with two more cells at large, and police are investigating whether or not this is the case.
And perhaps the country that might be most associated with this kind of crime would be the US. And the International Herald Tribune are looking at the links, aren't they, between what's happened there and what's happened in Norway?
Absolutely. Now, this is an opinion piece by Roger Cohen, and it's called Breivik and His Enablers. And he says that so far the media is portraying Anders Breivik as a psychotic loner, just like Jared Loughner, the young man who shot a Representative Gabriel Giffords earlier this year. But according to Cohen, Breivik is not a loner, and this kind of violence he has is brewed in a specific European environment that has similar characteristics in America. Now, it's a kind of relative, there's a situation of economic decline, a jobless recovery, what he calls middle-class anxiety, coupled with high levels of immigration, and he says that there are enablers such as Marine Le Pen here in France who channel this frustration towards the right and who fuel this kind of radicalism. And according to Cohen, this kind of radicalism is just as dangerous as the kind of radicalism as, say, Al-Qaeda.
And one story, which is an incredible story, which rather got swallowed by the Norway story over the weekend, was this train crash in China, and some of the newspapers picking up on that.
Absolutely. This is an article in The Guardian that says that Chinese authorities are facing growing public fury over the collision for two reasons. First of all, it appears that they attempted to control the media coverage of it, and so this prompted allegations of a cover-up. And also, they're facing criticism over the way they disposed of the wreckage. Now, according to The Guardian, internet users are attacking the government because supposedly they were trying to urge reporters to focus on the rescue efforts, and they said that there were propaganda directives telling journalists not to investigate the causes and certainly not to link it to the high-speed rail development that's happening in China, because that's a matter of national prestige. Also, there was a footage which leaked of bulldozers shoveling dirt over the carriages. Now, so critics say that this accident is symptomatic of China's problems in general. It says that it's systematic that China is developing too quickly at a breakneck speed and putting security questions second.
All right, Florence, thank you very much. That's Florence Villeminot here with the International Papers today here on France 24.